Welcome, young people and old people, to another epic episode of Mac Music Review. In this episode, we're looking at the Owl City album, All Things Bright and Beautiful. Here is the album cover. All Things Bright and Beautiful is a really, really great album. It's my favorite Owl City album. It kind of elaborates on the debut. It kind of elaborates off of Ocean Eyes with this idea of Owl City being a stranger in the real world, and Owl City lives in fantasy world, but he's in the real world, and there's this conflict, and that conflict is set up perfectly in the first song, The Real World, where he says, "The real world is a lovely place, but I wouldn't want to live there." And I can feel a silk embrace in the satin air. If we disappeared without a trace, would the real world even care? Would the real world even care? And that is the question this album poses, and invites the listener into this world that Owl City has created, both with the music and the album cover, and says, let's step into this world and escape the real world for a little bit. And he does it in the best way possible. The next track, Deer in the Headlights, is a song where Owl City is once again an alien in our world, and he is having the problem with navigating women. He doesn't know what to think about girls and women, and he doesn't have good interactions, and he's just completely mystified by woman. And it's a really funny song. Like, the lyrics are actually very comedic, but it's also a very high energy song, and like the hook slaps, and it's just a super fun, really upbeat, really passionate, energetic, and just, you know, it's just a really great, super fun song. Angels is one of the songs on the album that gets into the religious and spiritual, something that Owl City, who doesn't really like the real physical world, is interested in. And it's specifically about how he believes that angels are aliens. You could use that as an analogy for aliens or any celestial thing that some people don't believe is real, something spiritual, something that ascends, our reality, is actually real, very real, and living amongst us. And it's just, oh man, I mean, it just takes you into, it just introduces all these ideas in just such an interesting, fascinating way. And the musical execution and the chorus and the way that it develops throughout the song is so cool. And I guess it's a little bit corny with the final line where he says, what is it? Something about life is quite so. There are angels in our vicinity is the climax of the song, and that line is kind of dumb, but the song itself is extremely good. Dreams Don't Turn to Dust is beautiful. This is one of the best Owl City songs. It's a truly beautiful, rapturous, just a song with the same message as The Real World. It's about basically dreams don't turn to dust. Don't ruin people's dreams. Let dreams exist. Let fantasy be real. Let love and all these, more mental and non-physical concepts be reality for you. And chase your dreams. When diamonds boast that they can't be crushed, let them go, because dreams don't turn to dust. That might sound a little bit corny, but the actual music and the quality of the song is so good, and you just feel it. I just feel this song. Honey and the Bee is a sister song to Bird and the Worm, from Ocean Eyes. They're both doing exactly the same thing. They're both extremely corny, extremely sappy love songs, and it's the worst song on the album, but it's not a terrible song, like, outright, because I think the musical quality is very good. The lyrics are just, very, very sappy and overly sentimental in kind of a negative way. Kamikaze is the weirdest Owl City song. It is so insane. The lyrics are absolute nonsense, and they make no sense, and the music, this song just goes so hard. It is one of the most like loud Owl City songs, like just explosive hook, explosive this, the bridge and the mysterious imagery, and it's like a sensory overload in the best way possible. The next track, January 28th, 1986, is just a clipped version of that speech about that our US president gave after the Challenger exploded. I think it was Reagan. I could be wrong. I'm pretty sure it was Reagan. But it's a beautiful speech, and it transitions very well into the next song, Galaxies, where, you know, the last words of the speech are, they touch the face of God, and then Galaxies being like the most religious, the most spiritual and Christian Owl City song before he actually did Christian contemporary music. It's very much an Owl City song that also has a Christian lyrics, unlike the future Owl City Christian songs, which are just Christian contemporary music songs that Owl City is making. This is really just an Owl City song that is also a Christian song, kind of like Tidal Wave, but much more explicit. And it's an awesome song. It's such a good song. The music is awesome. The lyrics are awesome. It's fantastic. Hospital Flowers is a weird Owl City song because it's one that nobody really talks about, but I think it's a good song. I really do think it's good. It's just very slow, and I think there's something really beautiful about it. Even though you might think the story it tells and the message of the story is a little bit on the nose, the line about, you know, he gets the flowers and the blossoms fill the room, and he got smaller as they grew taller and taught him to bloom, like, that part of the song is so beautiful, and once again, the music is beautiful, and it's a cool song. Alligator Sky, the Owl City song that had a rap feature. It's still the only one that has like a rap feature, and it's just Owl City to its core. It's just Owl City doing his Owl City thing with his Owl City lyrics, Owl City music. It just is one of those songs that couldn't be made by anybody else, and I think it's really good for that. The Yacht Club is one of my least favorites on this album, and it really is just Umbrella Beach but worse. It has a similar structure with like this EDM, like pulsating kind of hook, and it feels very high energy. With, you know, and once again, this is more the romantic side of the lyrics, and there's a duet. I think the female singer Lights, the pop artist Lights, she's pretty obscure, does the female vocals on the song. And I think it's a good song. I think it's good. It's just one of my least favorite on the album because I think the album has so many better songs. And the last song, Plant Life, is a really beautiful Owl City song with really beautiful, vivid imagery. And that's what really makes this stand out. The imagery in Plant Life is, of course, the nature imagery, like of grasshoppers and trees and butterflies and, you know, animals and green things and plants and, you know, I saw a ghost on the stairs and sheets on the tables and chairs. The silverware swam with the sharks in the sink. Even still, I don't know what to think. I've been longing for daisies to push through the floor. I've been longing for plant life to grow all around me. So I don't feel insane anymore. I don't remember exactly what it says at that point. But you know what I'm saying. You get the gist of it. Really beautiful lyrics. Once again, beautiful music. And the music on this is more orchestral and string oriented than Ocean Eyes. Ocean Eyes was just very heavily electronic music. And the music is more diverse, and there's strings, and there's a lot of electronic music. And this album is actually officially labeled by Apple Music as an electronic music album. But there's a lot more organic instrumentation, especially on this song, and it works very, very well. This album slaps. It's got 11 full-length songs. It's the perfect length. The intro, the one non-song on the track about, you know, the Challenger speech, which is like cut to like 30 seconds, is really very effective, and it works very well, I would say, on the track list as an intro to Galaxies. It has a lot of my favorite Owl City songs on it. The deluxe version has How I Became the Sea, which is my second favorite Owl City song. My first favorite is The Real World. I'll link my top 10 Owl City songs that I did with the YouTuber Bradathan in the description for this one. But this is an awesome album. I love it. It's my favorite. It's one of my favorite albums of the 2010s. And I'm going to give it a hard 4.5 out of 5. The deluxe version of this album also has the no-rap version of Alligator Sky, and it's totally a toss-up on which version is better. I actually do like the rap version better. It's just a personal preference. There's no actual like reason I could give for saying that the rap version of Alligator Sky is better, but I think it hits pretty hard, and you know, this is a good album, guys. This is a good album. And I know this is a very, very nostalgic album. It's one of the only albums that I've ever purchased on digital. It's one of the only albums that I own on my phone that I've actually bought on my phone. I bought a ton of CDs in my life, and I own this on CD. But I haven't bought a lot of physical albums. And this is one of the ones that I bought. So it will always be with me. And I will never get tired of it. It's awesome. Thank you for watching the video. Have a great rest of your day.